back in Nigeria, your identity as a child is who your father is. Your father's language is your language. Your father's religion is your religion. So if your father is not really in your life, it means you've lost your way. Growing up for me, my life was confusing. After my mom had me, she remarried. She got married to a Muslim, and the home was just centered in Islam. I was the only Christian in the house because my mom really wanted me to continue on the line of Christian. I think at the time she felt like I would reconnect with my dad, and I shouldn't be out of place when we finally reconnect. Not having my dad in my life made me feel always rejected. I always felt like he didn't want me, and I felt like I wasn't good enough in anything I did. I was depressed. I was angry at my mom, angry at my biological dad, angry at the world because I felt like everything happening to me wasn't my fault. There was a hole in my heart I just wanted to fill. Once I left home for college, because my college was in another town. Luckily, my roommates were Christians. They were talking about a service that was coming up. So I reluctantly went for the service, and it was powerful. It felt like every word that was said was directed to me. And I stood up, went to the altar and prayed. I poured my heart out. That's when I knew that I received Christ. And that's when I knew that the Holy Spirit was in me. And my life just changed from that moment. I started connecting with my church back home, being more present than I was before. So I no longer felt insecure because the insecurity made me quiet and really sad and angry. Now I was outspoken. And I think it was being outspoken that led me to my husband, because he liked the fact that I was really chatty. We got married, but once I was pregnant, he had to travel down to Canada, and I was back home in Nigeria. And with the stress from the pregnancy, and it was a traumatic experience for me mentally. And this kind of made me lose my way. So once I came here, I read a lot. I figured out I was going through postpartum depression, and this really affected my life. I started to keep to myself again. I drifted away from the path. I was walking with Christ, right? And then I just met this trauma, and I just drifted away. Felt like I was always sad, and this affected my everyday. Affected my relationship with people. I was pulling away from people. I stopped praying because I felt like I wasn't good enough to pray, because I was so sad in my heart. I wasn't happy anymore. It got so bad to the point that I started seeing myself driving off the road just so I could just end it all. And that was what drew my attention to the fact that I was losing out and I was not in control of my life like I felt like I should be, and my life shouldn't be controlled by me. I remembered what it was to be saved and what it was to work with Christ and the likeness that was around me at the time, and I ran back to God. I came back home and I prayed and I prayed and I cried and I called on to God, and I said, God, please help me. You've helped me before, and I know you will help me again. Found myself just letting go of grudges and resentment that I was holding on to the past couple of years. And I said I was ready to build and mend my relationship with the people that I must have broken at that time. I think I went back to my room and I prayed, and I told the Holy Spirit, I feel so free. I feel so light. And now my home is so happy. So much joy in my home. I could even say it with my children. There's so much happiness in my home. Baptism for me now is me just obeying the Holy Spirit and just completing the healing cycle for me. And the baptism is just gonna wash away all of the hurt, all of the pain, all of the depression, and I will be anew and just continue on this path with Christ.